Right, hello Station here, but I've played through this game multiple times and on PC and Xbox, and it's really just a fun game, and I'm just getting started in here, but this is still the special edition. Uh, it's a beautiful game, and the story is fantastic. I'm sure everybody has played. And yes, the beginning of the game is pretty bleak. I mean, this whole winter aesthetic is not for everyone. It is kind of depressing at times. But you do get a little bit of hope, and so that's what we're going to be building up to, and getting better weapons, possibly a better horse, and some other great things as well. This is one of the most fantastic games of all time. Rockstar did a fantastic job making it. It's a beautiful game. I'll be mostly doing story missions in this one, but I will try to do some side ones, some side questing. I'm not necessarily trying to go for 100% because it's really hard to 100% this game. Like, it would take at least a year to get most of the content done. When I say most, then I mean like every side quest and get like the naturalist, do all the gold hunting. Without using walkthroughs or anything like that, it would take a while. I'll try to do the best I can. I will try to switch up the kind of weapons I use between the different camps. I won't provide any spoilers or anything like that. That's not what I'm for. And so I don't know exactly where I'm at in the game. So I might just be at Coulter. Could be at Horseshoe. Or perhaps another place. I'm hoping I'm not at Coulter, though. Oh, what do you know? I'm at the very beginning. By 1899, the age of outlaws and gunslingers was at an end. America was becoming a land of laws. Even the West had mostly been tamed. A few gangs still roamed, but they were being hunted down and destroyed. Rockstar Games presents Red Dead Redemption 2. Look at this scenery. The amount of detail in here. And I'm playing on my PS4 Pro.
Abigail says he's dying, Dutch. We'll have to stop someplace.
Okay. Arthur's out looking. I sent him up ahead.
If we don't stop soon, we'll all be dying. This weather, it's May. I'm just hoping the law got as lost as we did.
There. Arthur! Any luck?
I found a place where we can get some shelter. Let Davy rest while he... You know. An old mining town. Abandoned. It ain't far. Come on. Come on! Yeah!
Chapter 1. Coulter.
Bring him in here!
Miss Gaskell, get... We have. Mr. Pearson, see what we've got in terms of food.
Davy's dead.
There was nothing more you could have done.
What are we gonna do? We need supplies.
Well, first of all, you're gonna stay here, and you were gonna get yourself warm. Now, I sent John and Micah scouting out ahead. Arthur and I, we're gonna ride out, see if we can find one of them. And this, just for a short bit. And I don't see what other choice we have. Listen. Listen to me, all of you, for a moment. Now, we've had, well, a bad couple of days. I loved Davy, Jenny, Sean, Mac. They may be okay. We don't know. But we lost some folks. Now, if I could throw myself in the ground in their stead, I'd do it gladly. But we are gonna ride out and we are gonna find some food. Everybody, we're safe now. There ain't nobody following us through a storm like this one. And by the time they get here, well, we're gonna be long gone. We've been through worse than this before. Mr. Pearson, Miss Grimshaw, I need you to turn this place into a camp. We may be here for a few days. Now, all of you, get yourselves warm. Stay strong. Stay with me. We ain't done yet. Come on, Arthur.
All right. We've got some work to do.
We ain't run into them yet, so they both must have headed down the hill.
Sure. Hey, I ain't had time to ask. What really went down back there on that boat?
We missed you. That's what happened. Come on. Oh.
Hey, you need horses?
Oh, yeah. Hey, Mr. Smith, get yourself indoors. You need to rest that hand.
I'll live.
Get indoors, son. We need you strong.
Okay.
Alright, so we're riding a horse in this freezing blizzard.
Ain't sure what we're gonna find out here, Dutch.
We have to try. Stay close. We'll do our best to stick to the trail.
This goddamn weather.
Been 2 days or more like this now. Oh, it has to blow over soon. Bridge coming up. Take it easy.
Can't believe we lost Davy, too.
He's the last one, Arthur. No more. We need to get those people warm and fed.
At least we don't need to worry about Pinkertons tailing us in this.
A couple more days, we'll be on the other side. You need to help me pick the others back up. You're the only one I can rely on to stay strong right now.
We got fire and shelter. That's a start. And what about the money? Please tell me you at least got the money before it all went to hell on that boat.
We did. It's stashed with the rest of the money in town. It'll be safe for now. But we sure can't go back there to collect it anytime soon. Hey, I think I see something up the path.
Who could this be?
You up ahead. Who's there? Micah.
Gentlemen,
Found anything?
place is blazing with light and noise. Sounded like a party.
Let's go see.
Follow me. How's Davy doing?
He didn't make it. Nor did little Jenny.
That's too bad. Davy was a real fighter. Both of them Calendar boys is, or was.
Yeah,
And Mac, Sean,
we don't know.
quite a business.
I'm glad you're all right, Micah.
Always. Ask him if he's seen John.
Hey, have you seen John, Micah?
Didn't see much of anything once this storm came in.
He hasn't seen him.
He'll be fine. Things always turn out right for that boy.
I hope Mac and Sean are still out there somewhere, too. Move up, Arthur. I'll cover the rear.
Okay. Micah. What's going on?
You run into anybody else? I reckon we're the only ones crazy enough to be out in this, Morgan. Yeah, well, don't talk to me about crazy. Oh, so no, glad you're all right? I was worried, Micah. Look, it's all gonna work out, Morgan. We lost a few folks, but that's just how it goes sometimes. Well, I'm glad you're feeling so good about it. Where are all the others? Old mining camp, back up the hill. Ain't much. Shelter. So, this house, you speak to the people there already? No. Like Dutch told us, look, but don't talk to no one. Okay, let's keep it down now, gentlemen. It's just up ahead.
Snuff and stash those lanterns, boys. Best you two lie low on this.
Look at this house.
Easy. Okay. Let's head down there.
I think it's almost impossible to get a game over at this point. Unless you just die, but I don't think that's...
Here. Careful. Whoa. Rest up. Let me do the talking. We don't want to scare these folks.
Someone's having fun in there.
You two, get yourself out of sight. One lonely man is a lot less intimidating than three nasty-looking degenerates. Micah, hide behind that wagon. Arthur, you take that old shed on the left, and stay low, both of you.
Notice how I just walked here? I mean, I already know the controls. Now, it's important to get to where you can see Micah, too.
Hello? Shut up, Billy. Excuse me. Hello? Oh, well, hello, friend.
What you want?
I am very sorry to disturb you. My friends and I, well, we got into some trouble up the way, lost in the storm. Gentlemen,
We can't help you, mister.
I got folks
Arthur.
dying on the trail.
Arthur, we got a problem. There's a corpse right here.
No, I just
Arthur.
need some.
There's a
Cans
body
of food.
in the
Or
wagon.
something.
I hear you. Just
Gentlemen,
keep your eyes on Dutch.
please.
I think you should go now, buddy. Over there! More of them!
Boom. Reload.
There's another one shooting from the window.
Now shoot this guy. It's better to do headshots. He's using a freaking pistol. There we go. Headshot.
You sons of bitches!
He's dead.
See him, Arthur!
Now, you don't actually have to catch up to this guy, but if you really want to. Now, I wonder if I can loot the bodies. I don't know if this is... This may be too early to start looting bodies.
Said I'd handle this.
Didn't seem to be going.
Here. Why?
I don't know. Maybe same reason as us.
Micah, go bring the horses closer to the house. Arthur, let's go search the cabin.
Now, what happens if I run to the barn first? Will I get a game over? Oh, it won't even let me go in there. Oh, barrel right there. That's kind of cool.
Smells like a party in here.
Turn the place upside down. Grab as many supplies as you can.
You
We
don't
need
have
the
to take
essentials.
me where I...
Medicine.
I'll take that. I'll take some fruit.
I'm starving. You should eat something now. Get your strength up for the ride back. O'Driscoll's. I don't believe it.
It's a strange one, all right.
Biscuits.
Maybe they're
Yum,
hiding up
yum.
here, too. There's a big price on Colm O'Driscoll's head. Nearly as big as the one on yours. Big old pool of blood on the floor here.
I saw.
Probably the poor bastard who lived here. Micah found a dead body in the wagon outside.
Wanting Colm dead is about the only thing me and Uncle Sam agree on.
Huh. Looks like the poor bastard was married, too. At some point.
If we can't eat it or drink it, put it down.
Jake and Sadie wedding. September 7th, 1896.
Place is dry and warm. We could maybe move the women and Jack down here.
Maybe. We'll see how they are when we get back. I don't really want us to split up. I'm going to start packing the horses. You keep looking.
Now, the cool thing is you can actually climb up here.
Grab anything you think we can use, then meet me out here.
Because you're going to get some oat cakes and some revolver cartridges, which you can use those. Always loot everything. That's going to be my main rule of thumb, is if you're not looting it. I think that's about it. I'll double check over here. Make sure there wasn't anything else. So what Dutch will do is Dutch will just simply... I want to search medicine cabinet. Alright, open healthcare. Still better than nothing. I'll take 2 of those. There might be some tonic. There's no need to close anything or anything else. The game won't let you, Alright, so you want to take as much food as you can because food is your livelihood. Take all these vegetables. These are good. Vegetables are healthy, so eat vegetables. Alright, we're gonna check over here for anything. Oat cakes. You could also use oat cakes to feed your horse, and so that's why you always want to have oat cakes. Now, you really should look in the chest. Always. Hold on a sec.
Still looking, Dutch.
Alright, I'm gonna take some money. Oh, we got our first money! Fantastic. What about this bedside table? You know what, I'll take the jewelry. That could be good. Now, once we unlock the fence... I'm gonna inspect the card. That's cool. General Cornelius Palmer. Jolly Jack cigarettes. General Cornelius Palmer, prominent American card 10. We have President Fisher, President Hardin, Lillian Powell, Leviticus Cornwall, J.D. McKnight, Luther Covington, Harvey Griggs, Henrietta Beatrice Woods, General Quincy Harris, General Cornelius Palmer, Senator Thaddeus Waxman, and President Alfred McAllister. That is interesting. I think these are, yeah, these are definitely the collectible. Nothing over here.
Come on, Arthur! Get a move on!
I'm coming, Dutch.
Micah, Arthur, keep looking for stuff. Arthur, go see if there's anything in that barn. Micah, you search the cabin, see what we missed.
Sure.
Is this really gonna work well? Let's see what's in this barn. Sure, nothing's in here. Nothing. Well, except for that guy.
Bloody Scarlet, I'm gonna break your neck.
What's going on?
Punch, punch, punch.
Show me.
Oh, did he now?
Just key to just spam the bun.
Sneaky little bastard. Should I kill him?
No. Not yet. Find out what they're doing here and where Colm is.
Oh, this son of a bitch will talk. Where's Colm O'Driscoll?
With the others. At an old mining camp southwest of here. Near the lake.
What are you bastards doing?
See, it'll automatically question.
Up here.
We're fixing to rob some train. Gonna blow the tracks. I don't know more than that, I swear.
Well, I would say it looks like you have this, Arthur. Do what you want with him. I don't care.
Huh.
But bring that horse when you're done. Oh.
I don't know anything else. They don't tell me nothing, I swear.
Is he, you know, dead? Can I loot him? Wrong one. Hit wrong control. Pick up the hat. Gotta have hat. Gotta be careful with horses because he'll... I'm gonna pat the horse.
Alright, boy.
We're gonna lead you. Let's name your name Bob. Bob the horse. Come on out. I know it's cold out here. We're gonna get you a nice, better home than this. I promise you that.
Bastard still in there?
He's dealt with.
Good. That looks like a decent horse. You should keep him. Get that horse hitched. Don't want him bolting.
Uh-oh.
What the hell are you thinking?
What's going on in here?
Oh, look what I found in the cellar. Wild thing, ain't ya?
Leave her alone!
I wasn't doing nothing. She's one of them O'Driscolls.
No, she ain't, Michael. Look at her. Miss, are you...
Oh, you fool! Michael!
Miss, now, it is gonna be okay. We mean you no harm. Miss, come on. It'll be okay. We need to get out of here, and quick. Come on now. Oh. You okay, miss?
They came 3 days ago. And my husband, they...
Okay. Miss, you are safe now. And you can't stay here. You come with us. Arthur.
Miss, it's okay. We're bad men. We ain't them. It's okay. Get on. We'll keep you safe until you figure out what you want to do.
What's your name, miss? Miss.
Adler.
Adler.
Sadie Adler. Mrs. He was my husband.
Well, there goes Sadie's house and her husband's house, and so it's burned down, and now we're going back to camp. Well, or at least that mining settlement.
Hey! Somebody's coming!
Good old Lenny.
Looks like it's Dutch. Hey, everybody, Dutch is back!
How'd you get on?
Micah found a homestead, but he weren't the first. Colm O'Driscoll and his scum, they beat us to it. We found some of them there, but there is more about, apparently. Scouting the train. Thank you.
That's the last thing we need right now, Dutch.
Well, it is what it is. But we found some supplies, some blankets, a little bit of food, and this poor soul, Mrs. Adler, Miss Tilly, Miss Karen, would you warm her up? Give her a drink or something? And Mrs. Adler, it's gonna be okay. You're safe now. They turned her into a widow. Animals. I need some rest. I haven't slept in 3 days.
You're over here. Miss O'Shea will show you the way. Mr. Morgan, we put you in a room over here.
Thank you, Miss Grimshaw.
Mr. Bell, you're with the fellas over there.
What? How come Arthur gets a room and I get a bunk bed next to Bill Williamson and a bunch of darkies?
Get yourself to bed.
Alright. So it's clear you have status within the gang. Because... seems like you're Dutch's right-hand man. Pursued by a memory.
He ain't been seen in days. Weather ain't let up.
He's strong, and he's smart.
Strong, at least. Hello, Arthur.
Abigail?
Arthur, how you doing?
Just fine, Abigail. And you?
I need you to... I'm sorry to ask, but...
It's little John. He's got himself caught into a scrape again.
He ain't been seen in two days.
Your John will be fine. I mean, he may be as dumb as rocks and as dull as rusted iron, but that ain't changing because he got caught in some snowstorm.
Please go take a look. Javier?
Yes.
Javier, will you ride out with Arthur to take a look for John? You're the two best fit men we've got.
Now?
We're pretty worried about him.
I know. The situation were reversed. He'd look for me.
Thank you.
This way. Last I know, John was headed up the river.
For all we know, he kept riding north and never looked back.
He wouldn't leave.
Not like that.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Alright, so we're looking for John in this mission. And so we should find him. Because we know John makes it to the next game. Because Red Dead Redemption, John is the main character. Doesn't even have Arthur in that game, so you wonder what happened. Well, most of y'all already know what happens, but I'm not giving spoilers in this. I'm only stating what is already obvious.
Come on, let's take a look.
Let's hope it ain't more of O'Driscoll's boys.
Well,
But we're chummy with Javier right now.
recently. And that way.
Sure, well, come on then.
There's some tracks leading to the river.
I could inspect the camp, but there's nothing to see from there.
See, they continue up that way.
You think it's John?
You tell me. These are horse tracks for sure, but could be anyone. Let's just see where they lead.
So, you were there, Javier. What really happened on that boat?
We had the money, it seemed fine. Then suddenly they were everywhere.
Bounty hunters?
No, Pinkertons. It was crazy. Raining bullets.
Sounds like a trap. They
Watch
shouldn't
out
have
for
gone on
this
the boat.
crevice.
Woo! Well, that's a big crevice.
Dutch killed a girl in a bad way. But it was a bad situation.
That ain't like him, though.
Continue along the cliff wall here.
Sad to hear the Dutch killed a girl.
Davey got shot. Mac and John, both shot too. Sean, we don't even know. I'm surprised we escaped at all. By the time you boys showed up from the other side of town, we were only just holding on.
Bad business, all right. Whoa.
I could activate cinematic, but I don't.
Snow's coming in hard again.
We'll lose these tracks if we don't move fast.
The graphics are still good for this area. I mean, it's of course it's a lot better on PC, but right now I'm playing it on PlayStation. I know it's going to be a fresh game. I thought I was going to have at least a few checkpoints that I had done previously on my old PS4. But it's still pretty good quality, the game overall.
Watch yourself. It's not very wide here.
Now, around here is an Arabian horse, but you can't get it just yet. You have to wait till the world opens up more.
Come on, boy.
Now, Javier...
Yeah, a lot of fresh snow here.
I don't know about this, Javier. I mean, we can't follow nothing.
Let's push on a little bit. Maybe we'll pick up the trail.
Come on now.
Hey, look! Over there! You see that?
Looks like a fire. Oh no, that's a corpse. Looks like that.
Horse when we left Blackwater. Let's see if he can hear us.
Yep, I hear him.
Come on, up there.
That's the thing about snow, it's really hard for the horses. They really made the horses harder to ride in RDR2, which I think is great. They're more responsive.
I don't think we can go much further on the horses.
Nope.
We'll have to walk from here. I grabbed that shotgun from your horse. Who knows what's up ahead? Come on.
Now we're in tutorial mode like crazy. We have 32 shots in the magazine, plus the 2 we already have, so 34 shots total. This is a very basic shotgun.
You You sure about this?
It's coming from this way.
Okay.
Watch out here. Yeah, that we're high up here.
You're telling me.
That's definitely John.
Drops down here. Watch yourself. It's slippery, be careful. Watch your head here. Okay from here.
Watch your step. This is real slippery.
Stay close to the wall. Up here. Come on. Gap here.
Yep. It's just teaching us the basic mechanics. It's really all.
Come on. We're coming, John.
Now you're almost out of energy, so I'm gonna have to open my satchel and eat something. I think the game will force you to eat something or drink something. But if you want to ahead of time, I'm sorry, that is your journal. I just opened up journal. So this is your drawings, and so Arthur will continue to update this throughout the game. And so right now it's just showing Blackwater, which is where we just escaped from. But I'm gonna open the satchel though. So the kidney beams are what I want to eat right now, because that's gonna help the stamina. And so
let's keep moving then.
You just gotta keep eating every so once in a while. But once we get into the once we get out into the open world,
John, where are you?
Marston!
That's John. We're coming.
once we get this open world, we'll do a lot of hunting. You shouldn't ever run out of food, especially with a portable campsite.
Hot down, Marston! That's quite a scratch you got there.
Never thought I'd say this, but it's good to see you, Arthur Morgan.
You don't look so good.
I don't feel too good, neither. I'm freezing.
Don't die just yet, cowboy.
Come on, compadre.
He's pretty badly injured.
Well, we can't go back the way we came. Let's try this way.
Ain't you a sorry sight?
Can't argue with you there.
See? I told Dutch you weren't the right man for this.
I'm sure you did.
You alright?
I think so.
Come on. Hopefully this will lead us out.
Uh-oh. We've got trouble. That's wolves.
I'll distract him while you get to the horses. Go! Draw them off.
Alright, John, come on. Let's get you on that horse.
Now it's important to... It's important to shoot him fast. My aim sucks. Can I skip these guys? Wolf, that could be pretty good meat for the camp.
Before any more of these bastards show up.
Like I said, it's almost impossible to get a wipe from here. Like, even if you don't shoot the wolves, they'll still give you the opportunity to shoot the wolves.
Come on, then. Let's get back to the others.
I'm waiting on you, man. There's gonna be a couple more wolves, if I remember correctly.
I don't feel too good. You'll be fine. It's just like a dog bite.
Huh! A dog bite. Crazy.
Bit by a dog. Died. An hour later.
You ain't gonna die. Not yet.
We gotta change the camera angle. I can do first person, but I really don't want to.
More coming down the hill.
All you gotta do is catch up. Oh.
More coming in on the left. Get the hell out of here. Get out of here.
See, your horse will kill it. Watch. Boom! Dead by horse.
You see any more, Arthur?
Don't think so.
Jesus.
You still with us, Marston?
Just about.
You're gonna be okay. We have some shelter now.
Thanks for coming for me.
Of course. That bullet in Blackwater, now this. You had a hell of a time.
And Arthur always says, I'm lucky.
None of us are lucky right now. Should ride in the water for a bit. Try to lose a scent.
Sure.
Trail right back to camp.
You know, we're gonna need to come up with a better story for that scar.
So, freezing, bleeding, starving, damn near getting eaten to death ain't good enough for you.
Here, let's cross to the left.
Yeah, come on. Let's push hard and get back.
See those buildings up ahead, John? That's where we camped. Nearly there.
Yeah, we are nearly there. You're pretty in bad shape, John.
Come on!
The place is
Don't
deserted.
knock John down off this horse.
Can we get some help here?
No, ideally there should be people here. I see old fire.
We need some help here.
Come on, help him down.
You're alive! You're alive!
Here we go. There we go. Ay, careful, idiotas! It's his leg.
Oh, come on, let's get you warm. Thank you both. This is a new low, even by your standards.
Thank you, Arthur. Thank you.
You got any other lost maidens need saving?
Not today.
Have you and Dutch talked about how we're gonna get out of this?
I was just discussing with Herr Strauss when the weather breaks. Suppose we'll have to keep heading east.
East? Into all that civilization.
I know. The west is where our problems are worse. Come on, Herr Strauss. Let's get warm.
Thank you, Mr. Morgan.
Alright, so we just completed the actual first mission. But the world's still not opened up to us yet.
We have been running for weeks. We found shelter and been resting here in some old abandoned mining town while we wait the thaw. Hardly the spring I had been hoping for.
Now, at this point, what you can do... I got bronze. What did I miss?
We get strong, we get warm,
I don't know why.
and we wait.
Call the wolves without taking any damage. Complete with these 80% accurate. Well, I definitely messed that up.
But we're safe here. Warm enough.
I guess.
You sound doubtful.
Not doubtful, just worried.
We have been shot at before, Hosea. I don't feel that this is honestly anything new.
I hope not.
We had a bit of bad luck, but then the storm covered our tracks, so now we wait a bit, and we go back to Blackwater, and we get our money, or we get some more money, and we keep heading west.
But we're heading east.
For now.
I can't take any more. I can't take any more. Now, if you go to story and you hit save game, so I'm going to save it in the first empty slot. So, I'm going to save right here because this is a good place to actually... This is the first time the game will actually let you save in the game. It will not let you save before you get to this point. You do get to pick between 2 missions for the next one, and it's pretty bleak right now, but it does get a lot better, especially once we get to Horseshoe and some other... And it just gets prettier and prettier. And think of this area as... These are... So we're coming from a mountain range, and so to explain like where we're at on the map, I can look at the map real quick, just so we can get a... So. Alright, so the map's not that opened up right now. It's very small. So we're in a mountainous area. And so what happened was we traveled in. So this is a little mining settlement called Coulter. And then my bedroom is right here. And then you have the old friends. Then you have Mr. Pearson. So Mr. Pearson is the camp cook. Bill, if any of you have played the previous game, he's one of our fellow gang members, and he's a bit of a... He's not what I would call a loose cannon. He's just one of those kind of people that doesn't have a lot of common sense. He's kind of dumb. But he is pretty loyal through and through to the gang, and so is Pearson too, but Bill will go out and I guess you'd say he's fairly good with explosives. That's something that Bill's, and he's not a bad member right now, and he's not in charge or anything in the gang, and we'll definitely see more of his dynamic unfold throughout this game. We do know that Bill is one of the characters you get to see in Red Dead Redemption with John Marston, but he's hunting down Bill, so obviously something happens in here that causes a rift. But, well, we can talk more about that later. But right now, it's only locked to 2 missions, so technically, I don't even know if the game will even let us like go out of camp. I can try. Like, if you want to. I mean, the only place on the map because the game doesn't want you to go to other places. But your horse is there, so I'm curious. There's the burnt down Adler Ranch. Now, the game is probably still locked. And that travel is restricted, but these are just basic story missions. It's getting used to the mechanics of the game. The game is not fully opened up because you can't do everything. And so right now, if you were to try to leave this area, I don't think it would let you. Like, if I were to try to go out and get, like, better weapons or something like that, you see there's a lot of maps that we don't have open. Like right now, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to. There's Dutch right there. If I go over here. Now there's a blizzard going on, so I don't think your horse will like for you to go far. But if I were to go out of camp and like try to head towards like try to go down over here where it's a really stupid idea. Because right now we're basically just going through the area where you... So I believe it'll give you a game over. So see how it says the weather is harsh? We can't... So it doesn't want you to kill your horse. So the good thing is, and so see, the game won't even let you go further even if you wanted to. So I'm heading straight back to camp. Now, since this is the first horse you have, the story shouldn't, you should be able to get your horse back.
Who goes there? It's Arthur.
Welcome back.
So just letting you know, that's kind of where we're at. I mean, yeah, your horse is dead, but you really haven't unlocked anything. So it's, but there is stuff you can get in the game, like Horse Reviver. That's a useful thing to buy. If you run off a cliff or something stupid, then you can get your horse revived. Usually you won't get attacked by like cougars or anything like that. Not normally. It's not as Wild West as the first one feels. Because I believe it'll automatically give you your horse. So is this like a well or something? So around camp here, there's nobody walking around. Now who's that right there? Now right there, you can talk to Javier.
Hey, there, Javier.
Another cold morning.
So it's like really cold. It's probably -30. Actually, you can check the temperature right now. No, you can check the time. It doesn't say what temperature it is.
You're the one with the death wish. I am doing everything I can to keep these people alive.
Pinkertons. Lots of them. And bounty
Now, if you look around here, you'll see one Miss O'Shea.
Here, Molly? It might be warmer by the fire.
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay.
We got a few weeks.
Look at that right there. That's like a dolly or something. Like a little dolly girl.
Where to? I ain't got that yet. But this ain't done. Not no way.
Now notice he actually just finished his conversation. And so this is Hosea. So Hosea is the oldest member of the gang. Well, maybe Herr Strauss is a little bit older, but we're just exploring this house a little bit. Okay, there's not much to see. This is really next to nothing. Not going to be as luxurious as some of the other places we go to. There's a book right here. Can I open that book? Nope. Anything on the shelf? Nope. There's really not much to do over here. There might be something in this cabinet. Nope. There's a sink. I mean, the detail in this game is great. Now you can talk to...
You warned them about that Blackwater job.
Yes, but who listens to me anymore?
Oh, we'll work this out.
So that's Hosea, and so Hosea is usually a wise person. You could just tell from just this interaction. He warned them about doing that job on the ferry. It didn't turn out well. Hence why the whole gang is on the run. Of course, they also broke the law, so they have the Pinkertons or the police coming after them. So, right now I'm going to end the video right now because it's just giving you a taste of Red Dead. In these first few missions, it's mostly just going to be stories until we get to our next camp. Well, there's going to be one big mission before we go to the camp, but we'll get to that one in the next episode. So these next few missions are pretty quick and easy, but it teaches you how to do things in the game. Once things open up, then we can do some exploring. We can even go with some treasure hunts or something like that. It is useful to do, and there is a lot of treasure around here, and I'll try to show you where all the stuff is, but there's a lot of collectibles, like we already got a cigarette card, so that's pretty cool. And so there's 10 of them that you can collect. Now, I personally don't smoke in the game. Now, Arthur does smoke, though.
We can't stay here.
I'm working on it. Just let me think, please.
Okay. I'm sorry.
And so you can tell Miss O'Shea and Dutch have a special relationship because none of the other ladies are in here. But she and Dutch are, shall we say, together. And in a way, they're not married or anything like that. But she's very loyal to Dutch, and you can definitely tell that because of all the ladies in the camp. Okay, let's go over who's in the gang real quick. And so, you have Dutch Van der Linde. Dutch is the leader. He seems pretty charismatic, but he seems like the right kind of person. He has the right intention in mind. He does care for others, and so that's really key. And then you have Hosea. Hosea is the voice of reason in the gang, and he has a lot of wisdom as he's older, and he's been through a lot, but him and Dutch go way back. And then you have yourself, Arthur, which is Dutch's right hand, and one of the best shots in the gang. We're going to see more about that, how he uses guns. And you'll see how just the only character you can play through the game until the very end. And so, but you'll see his story unfold a lot more. You learn a lot more about Arthur, and so I personally think he's one of the most well-rounded characters in any video game, period, end of sentence. Okay, so you have him, and then we've met Javier. So Javier is pretty loyal to the gang right now, and he's the only Mexican in the team, which is nice. I mean, there's a lot of diversity here in the gang. And so you have like Dutch and Micah, Bill. They're all white. And yourself, you're white too. And most of the women, although you did see that Miss O'Shea was Scottish. Which part of Dutch's heritage is Scottish too. But you can definitely hear that Scottish accent coming from her, and it might be Scottish with a tinge of Irish. And so speaking of Irish, we have Sean. Now Sean, we haven't met Sean yet. But Sean's another member of the gang, but he's not with us right now. He's somewhere. And so we'll reunite with him as time comes around. But then you also have John. So John, we have to go save. Because he clearly can't survive. Dutch sent him and Micah out to go scout. We found Micah, but we couldn't find John, but it was a horrible storm, so it was barely easy enough for us to get in. Not to mention taking in one more person, a lady named Miss Sadie Adler. who her husband was killed by the rival O'Driscoll gang. And so we're going to learn more about that gang too. They're a big gang, and there's a lot of people in it. But we know their leader is named Colm O'Driscoll. And we're going to get to hear more about them really soon. But then you also have, Micah. Let's talk about him for a second. So Micah already stands out as one who is, one, he's racist. You can tell by when he uses the word darkies, and he's definitely using that as a racial term. Now, they're not going to, this game does not use, I don't believe this game uses the N-word at all, and I'm not going to say it, but I'm on stream. I definitely don't want to. But Micah is definitely, darky is another offensive term for black people. And that's, you can tell Micah doesn't, you can tell that Arthur's more valued than Micah right now. Because one, Arthur is Dutch's right hand. If Dutch asks you to do something, you're probably going to end up doing it. And you're not a bad shot, too. Because you killed the wolves, no problem. But, okay, of course the game kind of, it's going to let you, it's going to give you every chance for the wolves to get killed. Your aim assist is pretty good on controller, so, and it will get better over time. And then once we get Deadeye, it's going to be amazing. Deadeye is good. I'll try not to use a Deadeye all the time. I like using it for the cinematic effect. And I prefer to do straight headshots. If you're doing a headshot, then you know you kill. You can kill, you can snipe. I like snipers. And there are some missions where the game will force you to use certain weapons. And so, or restrict your loadout. So you can try to avoid it by grabbing the other weapons off your horse. But some missions like take you in with a revolver or a pistol. But you can get other kinds of pistols and revolvers through the game. Certain ones are unlocked when you unlock certain areas, but then some are unlocked through just doing quests, and maybe some side quests too. Some are given to you, so you will get some weapons for free, but then other ones you may find just out in the open world. So we're going to find like a double-barreled shotgun pretty soon. There's so many good weapons. I like fire bottles. Those are fun. You also get... the explosive shotgun is probably one of the best weapons in the game. And the fact that it's a semi-automatic explosive shotgun. But by far, it's one of the more heavy hitter ones. And you won't be able to get that one for quite a while. And it takes... there's a lot to do to get that one. But you also get to use bows, and you get to see that one pretty soon. Throwing knives, and... the gunplay is pretty good. I wouldn't say it's that accurate, though, because you don't get that kind of aim assist. Also, Deadeye. Well, you'll see what I mean by Deadeye, but how you power up Deadeye is by doing stuff like drinking liquor. And I don't know if any of you have ever tried to take a shot before, but if you try to go shooting a gun after you've had a few shots of liquor, I don't think you'll be shooting straight. But the game has a different connotation on it. One, it's in this day and age, plumbing is not ideal. I mean, they still have outhouses about here. I mean, this is the late 1800s, and so we're looking at like the 1890s to the early 1900s is the time frame of this game. And so a lot of times they don't have... they may not necessarily have clean water. And so that's why a lot more people drink alcohol during this time. And of course, this will lead into Prohibition later on in the 20s, but that's way past the time of this game, and probably all the main characters would be dead. Except for, unless for the kid we saw. So let's continue to talk about the gang members here. So we talked about Micah, and Micah is a racist. We know that. Okay, and then there were some characters that weren't introduced so much. Well, there is. Let's go over Abigail. Abigail is John's girlfriend, and so at this point, but it's they have a son named Jack. Now, this is not revealed. This is revealed when he says the boy. And so that's the only kid they have in the group. And so Abigail's been with the gang since almost the beginning. Because the gang started out with Dutch and Hosea. Hosea's a con man. And so, but he comes across as really nice. You're going to see how he can charm somebody. He's very good at communicating with people and with swindling people because people will trust him more likely. Same thing with Dutch. Dutch will show his silver tongue, which is a term of endearment for me, but it's not from another character in the game. We'll get to that character later. But right now, we have Abigail is a fighter. And so Miss O'Shea is not a fighter. So the difference between Miss O'Shea is just her dedication to Dutch. Abigail is also dedicated to Dutch too, because essentially what happened, and we're going to hear more about this, is that John and Arthur don't get along right now. Arthur is surprised that John comes to save him. And that's something that we're going to talk more about later, and the story will actually unfold more. And so, and part of your decisions will determine how the ending relationship is at the end of the game between you and John. And it's very important to the overall story. But it won't impact the actual ending, because when you get to the epilogue, it's not, there's a few different it won't change how the actual story. The story is linear, and the story keeps going. You can make different decisions, and there are certain missions that are optional missions, optional story missions. You don't see that often, but you do see them where you can just avoid a mission, but I won't be doing that. I'll be doing every mission, and so if there's an opportunity for me to skip it or not help someone, I'm not going to do that, but I'm not trying to go for dishonorable. I'm going to try to go for honorable. Because honorable tends to work out a little better. Dishonorable, you're going to have more bounty hunters coming for you. And the bounty system will really, once the game opens up, then you're going to have a lot of people coming to try to kill you. But if you have high honor, it's less and less, and also shopkeepers are going to be a lot nicer when you have high honor. And plus, your fame will spread, just like in the original Red Dead Redemption. So, and yes, technically, yes, Red Dead Revolver was the first one, but it has no story connection to this whatsoever. It was not made by the same team. It was not made by Rockstar. And it was very much like an arcade game. It did have Deadeye, I believe, and I haven't actually played that game. And so for anybody that has played it, it's just let me know if I'm on point here, but I've seen footage of it, and it's very cartoony. It is still set. They use some of the design from the game to inspire certain areas in here, but this is a massive game. I mean, the install file itself is like 112 gigs. It's crazy huge. So, but Red Dead Revolver kind of set the stage. Red Dead Redemption was a cult success. It was not just a cult success, it was a massive success because, one, there was no other Western games out there. And it's interesting because you get to live these lives of these people. But this one already has like a more family aspect. When I say family, I mean the gang as a whole. I haven't gone through all the rest of the people in the camp. You have the camp cook, Pearson. We're going to hear more from him soon. And then you have some other folks that haven't been introduced yet. And so, the folks that haven't been introduced yet, I'll just tell you their names. There is Tilly Jackson. We're going to hear more about her, but she's a dedicated member of the group. There's also Matt Callender. Now, Matt Callender, though, he got caught up in the Blackwater deal, and so he didn't make it with us. So he's somewhere else. And then you also have Leopold Strauss. You saw him briefly outside, and when he said when Dutch said get inside, get warm. You did see him. He's the older gentleman. I think he might be the oldest one in the gang. It's either him or Hosea. But Strauss, we're gonna hear more about him later, so I'm not really gonna spoil anything on Strauss. And then you have Reverend Swanson. Now, Reverend Swanson, you do see him do a few things. One, when Davy dies, he's a reverend, and so he's at one point he had a church, is what the lore may say, but right now he fell in with the gang, and so he had to have made some wrong decisions somewhere. So we're going to learn more about him in the next few episodes. Later on, once we get to the next area. And so this culture area is not forever. Thankfully, it does not stay like this, but there are some interesting things the game teaches you. And the game doesn't even let you go out far. If you go too far, it'll just kill your horse. And you might get a game over too. But my guess is the game wants you, it'll tell you, just like in the original, it'll tell you, hey, you're getting too far. Once things open up, though, if you're not in a story, though, you can just explore. That's the cool thing about this game. It's extremely open world. And so, but that's it for right now. We'll get to meet more people, and there will be other people who get added to that we'll meet. There'll be some nice, interesting NPCs that'll be, I mean, all the gang members are NPCs. You get to play as Arthur. It'd be kind of cool to play a game as if Red Dead 3 was a prelude to the prelude, and it's like a young Dutch, and you get to play as Dutch. Where you're running possibly with Arthur, but it may be Dutch's younger years when he meets Hosea, because Hosea and Dutch were the original members. And so we're going to get to learn more, and all this is covered in the lore of the game, and it's covered in, and Arthur's journal is really cool, because you can use that when you visit a place. Arthur is a great sketch artist. And so you'll see his rendition of it, and he'll be describing what's going on. And when you see the montage, we just saw one montage where it's been several weeks. That's to let you know that a long point of time has passed, or a significant time has passed. Basically saying, hey, it's used as a precursor element in the game. And a sign of foreshadowing, but it's not directly implied there, but you're definitely going to see a change throughout the game, and I'm not going to spoil anything if you haven't played the game through, but you're going to see a lot of these montages, especially when something is transitioning in the game. It's essentially a load screen for the game, and that's because the game is massive. I mean, it takes a while to load. It takes a good solid, 2 minutes to load into the game, because one, the rendering is fantastic. If you're playing on ultra high settings on PC, you're gonna get stuff like I believe you do get ray tracing in there, and you might get a change to be able to change your FOV var. Now, in the PC version, you can of course install mods, and there are lots of cool mods out there. Some are more intense than others, so I think there's a zombies mod too that actually adds zombie missions, which is cool because there is no undead nightmare for Red Dead Redemption 2. That's just not, it's not something that's the game currently has. Unfortunately, Rockstar really hasn't done much. They've done a few little updates to the game. And online's pretty much been abandoned by Rockstar, but there are still a lot of people that play Red Dead Online. And there's different like seasonal events they have occasionally, but Red Dead Online is if you're not with a posse, you just shouldn't be playing it. It's just really hard to play as a solo player in there, and it's not. My guess is that when Red Dead 3 comes out, now that may take a while. I'm not saying it like it's coming out now, because there's been no indication of that by Rockstar. I believe that they're getting ready for GTA 6, which is very much on the horizon. Due to the enormous success of GTA 5, my guess is that you'll have a lot of people still playing the older game. And if you have a Netflix account, you can actually get the mobile games. So you can get GTA 3, GTA San Andreas, and GTA Vice City, I believe. But the controls are hard to do for touch, so... but this game is great because it's a story-driven. And yes, GTA is story-driven too, but it's not... The online is definitely superior to Red Dead Online. I was hoping they would do at least the expansion. The zombie expansion would have been probably most popular, but you could also see like a Sadie expansion or something like that. But we'll talk more about that. But right now, Sadie is mourning the loss of her husband, and she's pretty weak right now. So, hopefully you liked the video. If you don't like it, you don't have to watch. I don't care. You can hit me a like if you like. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. Please keep comments appropriate. And I will disable comments if there's anything inappropriate in there. I will probably rename this one to like Let's Play. But it's not 100% Let's Play, so I don't want to really put the word Let's Play in it, because a lot of people will think it's 100%, and it's really hard to 100% this game. People are still finding things after 500 hours in the game. Somebody found an Easter egg. And yes, we'll discuss the Strange Man as much as we can, and there's a lot on the Strange Man, especially in the original, and there is some foreshadowing to Arthur and his fate and what happens at the game. So it's a beautiful game, and we'll get off the mountain in the next episode. And so the next episode will just be a lot of story mission after story mission after story mission, because you can't really do everything. The game doesn't let you. It doesn't even let you leave camp. It'll kill your horse if you go too far. It'll say return to camp, and then, as you saw, it'll kill the horse. So, but the cool thing is that since I didn't save, I can respawn with the horse. But the game won't let you go without a horse for too long. And yes, you can steal horses later on, but if you do that while somebody's on it, then the law will pursue, but generally you can just get out of their search radius and just ride a little bit off, like a new state or something like that, and you'll be fine. Bounty hunters won't pursue you across state lines if you're out of their border. So we'll talk more about bounty hunters too, and like when to confront them, because you will get faced with bounty hunters throughout the game that will try to get, because you are a wanted man. I mean, unfortunately, it's just you're a member of a pretty notorious gang, but it's a better moral gang than most of the others. So that's all I have to say. Hopefully you like my commentary. I love this game, and I think it's wonderful. I do think that there could be some things improved, particularly on gun handling, but I'll talk more about that later. This game is a lot more interactive than Red Dead Redemption, the original. So when you play this one, try to talk to everybody, and I'm going to try to loot everything I can, because one, it helps. And there are plants, and there are birds to shoot. I mean, there's everything. The only thing you can't do in this game that you could do in the original is you can kill horses. But really, your horse is more important in this game than it was in the last one. But the horse mechanics are a lot more refined in here. And did you notice the freezing horses? Yeah, they went into great detail on that. So that's all I have to say. Sorry it's went so long for this first one, but I'm going to try to keep them between 20 and 30 minutes per episode. This next one might be a little bit longer because we're going to get off the mountain, and so we do a few minor story missions, and then we do one major climactic way to get off the mountain. So, but I'll see you next time. I don't know if I'll post every day for this. It really just depends. If more people watch it, then I will consider doing more often. But usually, it may be like every few days or so, but not too long. And so this is part 1 of Red Dead Redemption 2, and this has been Dr. Pepper Fan. So thank you, and you have a good evening or morning.